jump into this shit. The Fanatics. You got the shop at the Fanatics. You got Wemby. You got Bron. You got Tom Brady. Kai Cenat. You got Dallas. Oh, everybody.
In Cannes. And we were doing something together. He came in the back and he was like talking to me. He was cool. It was the first time we met.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Maverick, forget all that. I'm a LeBron James! I'm a LeBron!
That's crazy. I was gonna lie, doing the splits when you see another man. Hey, Kai, do your thing. You know you on a generational run right now, but the splits, a little much.
Fanatics Fest, should we do this?
Damn, that nigga tall.
Are you ready to do this?
Hold up.
Hell yeah, this is a great room.
Before we get started, let's go back real quick.
Fanatics Fest, should we do this?
Bro.
Are you
I think I pressed pause.
ready? Fanatics Fest, should we do this?
God damn. Alright, now I don't want to go back. That's crazy.
Fanatics.
Look at this nigga, dog. Look at how tall this nigga is. Bro. This nigga is a literal giant, bro. LeBron James is 6'9". He's 6'9". This nigga is at least another foot over this nigga, bro. Jesus Christ. Look at Tom Brady. Kai Cenat look like a child.
Fest, should we do this? Are you ready to do this? Hell yeah, this is a great room. Let's get him out here. Maverick Carter is a forward-thinking entrepreneur, investor, and co-CEO of Fullwell Entertainment. Paul Rivera is the co-creator of The Shop and the founder and CEO of Homecoming. Let's get him out here right now. Let's go. Mav and Paul. Fanatics Fest, get loud. Let's go.
What up, New York? What up, New York? Fanatics Fest, what up, what up, what up?
Wow. Maverick, welcome to the best city in the world, baby, New York City.
I'm not from this
That nigga got on linen pants. All right, let's just get
city, but I love this city. Thank you guys for having me.
Y'all look
Thanks to
great.
Fanatics and Michael Rubin for having us too.
Our first guest, I gotta admit, I'm extremely excited that he's here with us, but not excited that he's sitting next to me.
Ain't that a conflict of interest though? Hold up. Michael Rubin owns Fanatics, right? Right? Okay. And what does Fanatics do? They sell merchandise, right? Okay. Right. It's specifically for, like, sports leagues, right? And Michael Rubin is who owns Fanatics, right? Right. So how the fuck how is that not a conflict of interest? How I feel like you would have to sign like a no contest. Do we still own Fanatics? Like, yes, obviously. Like, what is hold up. Whoa. All right, you know what? Let's just keep going.
Looks like I'm gonna be sitting like in a high chair. Give it up for San Antonio Spurs, Victor Wembanyama.
That boy look like Tim Duncan, bro. That nigga
Goddamn,
went
he's
full
tall.
Tim Duncan. Yeah, bro.
Yo, P, he's really, it never, like, you're really tall,
Hey,
obviously.
I need
but
to
it always
lift.
shocks
I
me.
need to
Bro.
lift my.
Our next guest,
This nigga is a literal alien, bro. He looks like an alien.
quite frankly, probably the greatest athlete to ever live, Mr. Tom Brady.
How you doing?
Crazy.
What's up, Fanatics Fest?
Tom
That is
Brady, guys.
crazy.
That boy look like he can play receiver now, P. P,
Talking about
Brady
playing
looks like
receiver.
You look like a receiver now, bro.
Really? No, I just look like an in-shape
You look
quarterback.
great.
Hey, how many content creators we have in the crowd? Okay. Listen, I've had the great fortune to be around some very famous people, some of which are on the stage now, but this next cat I'm gonna call out might be the most famous person I've ever been around. Give it up for Kai Cenat.
For you to be around LeBron James all the time, and for you to say Kai Cenat, maybe he is on a generational run, bro. I know people want to minimalize it, and we watched that 9 to 5 verse streamers video recently. Check that out if you don't. Made a reaction to it, pretty good. But I don't want to be rude. I don't want to be disrespectful. He kind of is like the Michael Jackson of the shit right now. Not music, just fame. With kids specifically. With people between the ages of like 8 and 30. This nigga may be the most known person. And that's what fame is. I'm just saying. Nigga on a generational run.
Yeah!
Man, he should have just stayed seated hugging that nigga. Pause. It's like, it's more disrespectful standing up.
Kai with the Dewey.
What's going on, y'all? How y'all doing? How y'all doing?
With the Dewey is
Yo, what up,
crazy.
Kai?
Yo, New York, make some noise! Yes! Woo!
And our last guest is also another athlete, amongst many things. Plays a little basketball, still playing basketball, actually.
Look
I
at
don't know how
everybody
much fucking
phone.
longer he's gonna play, but it seems like forever. Another one of the greatest athletes to ever live, needs no introduction, Mr. LeBron James.
LeBron James.
Hey, yo, P, that's a hell of a jacket LeBron got. God damn. Bron, did Louis Vuitton make that jacket just for today?
I'll talk to him.
Did they make this jacket just for today? That's not in stores.
No, that's not it. It's not in
That's not in stores, right?
Not in stores.
What a lineup, P. I
Bro.
mean, look at this. Thank you.
I know it's a lot of glaze on LeBron.
What do you mean by that?
I know a lot of people be just, but bro, to see this nigga from the age of 18, 17, really 16, because I used to get Sports Illustrated for kids magazines back in the day when I used to play sports, and they used to talk about LeBron James and Carmelo Anthony so much in them bitches, G. Like, I knew about this nigga when he was like 16 years old, and to see him go from 18 to 41, 42, the age he is now, and just with the level of class and sophistication, man. You don't get a lot of dudes who you get to see do that. That's why I think this younger generation of basketball players actually are going to be so gifted, because it's just like, they got to see a nigga like Bron. It's like, you ain't got to be...
Thanks for having us. I mean, P and I are here just to facilitate the conversation.
Being
What a
you is
fucking
enough.
crew.
Listen, and by the way, before we get started, give yourselves a hand. I heard they lined up at 6 o'clock this morning. Give it
Round of
up.
applause, y'all.
So obviously, shout out to Fanatics and Michael Rubin for having us in the shop. But let's jump into it, P. You think we should let's get right into it?
Hey, hold up. It's only right before we get this thing started. Someone told me we have goats on stage, that there's an actual goat in the crowd somewhere.
There
Where
he is. That's right.
There he is over there. That's a fanatic.
That's a
That's a
fanatic.
fanatic fact.
True definition of a
That's Shannon Sharp. Shut up.
fanatic right there for sure.
Yo, by the way, it's amazing what sports can do. Bring us together, make people love and rally and get together. Sports takes you on emotional journeys, highs
Shut
and
up.
lows. Tom, for you, when did you realize the impact of sports, like what it meant to be an athlete? When did it really, because when we're kids, you're just playing, having fun. When did you realize, like, oh shit, I have a big impact on the world, on people?
Well, when we were kids, obviously, I had 3 older sisters that were probably my biggest sporting inspirations, and they were all great athletes, but I saw what it did for our family. For me to be at the ball fields my entire life, growing up and going to women's softball games and women's soccer games, and
Tom off a couple of Henny wine spritzers. I'm gonna just say it.
was like, that was my entire life. So it was early age for all of us, and then the fact that we got to move on to a professional level, and then to have my kids, you know, be a part of all these incredible moments that I had, but then to experience it with you guys, I mean, look at what sports is doing for us right now. We're coming from all over the world. The important part is for us always to, you know, hold sports in a high standard, and always, you know, as athletes, I always felt like it was a responsibility to show up every day and give you guys everything I had. And I know LeBron does that. I'm sure Victor's doing that, because you guys are the reasons why we show up every day and play our ass off.
My nigga Kai. He like, shit. Shit. Fuck with that.
Brian, me and you've been doing this a long fucking time.
Knowing
We've been all over
Brian,
the world,
he gonna fucking
from
say
China
something to Kai
to
specifically
all over
so he
the
don't
place,
feel
all
left
over the
out.
world. Does it ever cease to amaze you what sports can do and bringing people together like this and people getting excited? And is that why you still play and love it?
No, absolutely. I mean, like you said, we've been all over the world, man, and I mean, this is why I still do it. You know, to have people, you know, appreciate what you do. You know, I fell in love with the game because what it did for me and my friends. You know, it brought us together. It kept us out of the streets. You know, it kept us away from harm. You know, so to be able to play the game that I love and continue to inspire you guys and continue to inspire people all over the world, it's the most ultimate thing I could ever do, and I'm always forever and always forever grateful, for sure.
Okay, and wait, guys, we all want to know this answer. I don't even know. People ask me this question all the time, and I say, I don't know. How much longer, bro?
Yeah, how much longer? I really want to.
Kai.
He's still a young man.
Well, I mean, I'm sitting up here with
You're still young. You're like
12 played till he was 58,
Wait.
so I'm still
59.
59.
59.
How much longer?
I don't know, man.
Wemby.
He looks so good out there.
Wemby.
I'm gonna play, but I can't play that much further. And the more and more time that I play, as long as he keeps smacking my fucking shots into the stands, it's gonna make me retire. So
You might retire after me. Damn.
Wemby, how much longer you think he gonna play?
I think he's definitely got more in hand, but my bet would be 2 more seasons.
2 more. How?
More.
He said, up.
He's got to make those records truly unbreakable. You got to keep going, because like he's worked so hard to get to this point. Now just make him out of reach. So everyone looks and goes, no, I can't even do that.
And Wemby, for you, obviously sports has brought you to a whole nother country. Obviously, you played around the world. By the way, in the Olympics, you guys scared the hell out of us. I thought you were going to win that game. You guys really, that was scary watching that game.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. One of the best games I've seen. But Wemby, what is it for you? What does it feel like for you to be in a whole nother country, playing the sport that you love, living in a city, traveling around America? What does that feel like? And are you loving it? And is it what you expected?
Yeah, it's what I expected and more. You know, coming from Europe, basketball and
That means it's not what you expected. That means it's not what you expected. That means it's not what you expected. It means it's not what you expected. That means it's not what you expected. That's not what you expected. You can't say that's what I expected and more. Then that's not what you expected.
It's not as big as here, and it's the best country here to be an athlete by far. Obviously, by far. Obviously, it's hard being away from the family, and my life is
He a cool
different
young
from
dude, though.
even other
I
top
like Wemby.
American prospects. But hey, I mean, I got the best life. I mean, I'm so happy, and I know it's a sacrifice you gotta make, being away from my family.
Love that.
Je t'aime aussi.
Hey, Kai, I'm a little offended. They're up here talking about greatness. No one's asked you or me anything about greatness.
Yo,
He's definitely doing something right.
Yo, I was with Kai. I was just with Kai. This is gonna sound really crazy. We were together 2 days ago or 3 days ago in Cannes, and we were doing something together. He came to the back, and he was like talking to me. He was cool. It was the first time we met.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Maverick, forget all of that. I'm a LeBron James! I'm a LeBron James!
This guy here told me he was nervous.
Hey, I tried to hold it in, chat. I tried to hold it in, but
Chat.
hey, I'm not about to act like I'm not next to Tom.
Was Kai live streaming? That nigga said chat. He got a whole bunch of people right in front of him.
Brady.
He just called them niggas the chat.
LeBron James, Maverick, and Wemby. Yo, I ain't gonna lie. I don't even know how I'm here right. I don't even know what's going on right now.
Hey,
Like,
Kai,
I don't know. Yo, make some noise. Make
That
some
nigga got on
noise.
Yeezys?
No. I ain't gonna lie. I don't even know how I'm here right. I don't even know what's going on right now.
Bro, is them the original Yeezys? They are. Sheesh. You can see the little pink right there on the inside.
Yo, make some noise. Make some noise, y'all. No.
Yo, we in your city. This your city.
We had that energy.
This your city, Kai.
I
This
know I'm
your
from
city.
New York. Yo, yeah. The best city in the world, you heard? New York City. The Bronx in the building. Brooklyn in the building. Queens in the building. Staten Island in the building. Manhattan in the building.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, Kai, I want to ask you, you're the biggest streamer in the world. You've had everyone. I know, Bron, you FaceTimed into his stream. You've had a bunch of people in your stream. I think I know the answer to this. Does this get old to you? Do you pinch yourself that you're on stage with some of the greatest to ever do it?
Hell no. I just told you, I don't even know how I'm here. Like, it's like sometimes you just gotta glaze. Like, I feel like, it's just like y'all got like a nice, like, aura to y'all. Like this.
Nigga acting like Rakai right now. That nigga like, remember when that nigga Drewski and Kevin Hart came? He was like, it's like aura, like over here. He pointed towards Kevin. He was like, what about me? He was like, but like over here. All right, let me stop.
I'm like I feel amazing. I'm just glad to be here. Like I'm really in the barbershop with the goats right now, y'all. Like I'm glazing. I don't care though. I don't care.
Kai, are we streaming right now? Are we on your stream right now?
Huh?
Are we on your stream right now?
Yeah,
Are
we
you
on the
streaming?
street. Wait, hold on. Where my cameraman
Where your
at?
guy at?
Yeah, we
Where
on the
your
street.
guy?
Yo,
He is
stream.
streaming.
Yeah, there it
Chat
goes.
right there.
There we go. That's what I was
Yeah.
looking for. My mom is watching. That stream is so big. My mom is watching
Yeah,
that stream.
for sure.
By the way, we were in the back. Tom was there, Bron was there, Wemby was there, and it was chaotic, you know, whatever. And then this swarm came that it almost felt unsafe. I'm like, what the hell's going on? They're like, oh, Kai's here. It's fine. He's, you know, like, just lets you know the levels of just. Kai, when did you realize, Kai, that it wasn't just you in front of your camera or computer screen talking to some friends? When did you realize you had a real impact and it was a much bigger thing?
To be honest, a riot happened like 3 years ago.
Really?
I was there.
Downtown.
Oh, a lot of people don't know what. Yeah, tell them, please.
So let me get into it. You know, try to do a giveaway. You know, I thought 100 people was gonna show up. Ended up being 10,000. It was crazy. Like that's when I knew, like, damn, like I gotta start taking things more serious. I gotta influence. I gotta start being careful with the things I do. So, and I'm just glad to build the relationship that I got with my chat because, like, without them, like, I'm nothing for real. Like, you know, so like they know everything about me. Like we have these memories that I go through. This is gonna be a core memory right here, and I'm just grateful. I'm grateful. God is good. I'm grateful.
I mean, that perspective, too, for all of us, because in so many ways, we still feel like the same way. Like, I'm sure Bron feels this, but I do, too. But even though I'm almost 50 years old, I still remember the first moment where it felt big to me, too. And I think that perspective for all of us keeps you so grounded in life. You meet people, and I think for me now, when I meet all these young NFL players, the only thing I want to do is try to help them be the best they could be. Because when I was a young player, all the older guys did was try to help me be the best I could be. And I think so much of life is when you achieve what you want to achieve, then how can you help other people achieve what they want to achieve? And I think the world changes, as you know, like Kai, what he's doing, and the impact he has, well, he's impacting the world in a great way too. So life continues to change and evolve, and you learn from the people that are older from you, and then
Fuck Tom be talking about, bro. Listen, I love Tom Brady like everybody else. Fuck Tom be talking about, bro. Every time I try to watch this nigga talk, he just be saying shit. This nigga don't know nothing but football, bro. They can't make a complete sentence. Ain't none of these sentences ended. Ain't none of them ended and started over. This nigga just run on sentence after run on sentence. Ain't no apostrophes. It's all semicolons. Shit.
so you start learning from the people younger than you too, which is an amazing part. You see the journey they're on, how they're doing, and that continues to inspire you to be better. So it's amazing for me to be up here with you, with your following, all the people you got that follow you every day. My son is a big time fan.
Ooh, glaze me.
Yeah.
Whoa!
This is the way it is.
Whoa. God. Telling another man to glaze. Come on. What are we doing? What are we doing? Can't do that, bro.
Thank you, bro.
Tom, one quick question. How have my Giant fans been treating you? Have they been taking care of you in New York?
I walked through yesterday. How does it feel being Eli Manning's son? And then I turned to Eli and I'm like, see what I got to live with because of you? And he was right with me, but I had to make sure I beat him in the games or else I had some bragging rights over him. He beat me in the big games, so, it's okay. I'm in New York a lot. My son lives here, but you guys keep talking.
Hey, come on. Don't you fucking, what they call that shit? Damn, I forgot what they call that shit. See, that's getting old, trying to be too cool, trying to use the young kids' terms and shit, and then you can't even remember what the fuck it's called. You not cool, nigga. You not cool.
Shit, it's all right.
Doxing.
I love it. One thing I've had an up-close seat is to, over the years is LeBron's off-season regimen and how seriously he takes it and how he's always challenging himself to be even greater and do new things, incorporate new things. You've had somewhat of an interesting summer, a non-traditional summer that hit the net recently. Talk to us about what you've been up to this off-season.
Nigga went and hang with the Buddhist monks and shit. My bad.
A lot. I've been around the world, basically. I was just in China for 2 weeks, practicing with the monks, trying to put my body through different things that I had never done before.
Okay, but Wemby, you can't just casually drop practicing with the monks. Like, talk to us about what went into
What happened? What the hell are you doing?
I gotta hear more on
Are you allowed to talk about it?
Of course I am. Of course I am. No, it was a great experience.
We gotta change our American education system, bro. It's something not right. It's something not right. We definitely leading people on to be drones. Because it's not just me. It's niggas who go to the NBA every year. How many of them niggas is going to practice with the monks? Not many. You know why? They're going to practice with Hakeem Olajuwon in Louisiana. Come on, man. Go see the monks.
My goal going there was putting my body through things it's not used to do, and allowing it to widen my range of movement and strength. And this was probably as different as possible from what I'm used to doing, So Kung Fu every day. It was like a vegan temple, monastery, basically, the Shaolin Temple. You heard of that, right?
Yeah, of course.
And
Wu-Tang. We're in New York.
Wu-Tang? Yeah, same shit. And it was supposedly no picture were to come out because I was isolated, but hey,
So Wemby, let me ask you, what you eat for breakfast and stuff?
You must have lost 50. They couldn't feed you enough over there.
So the temple is vegan, so there's no meat in there. So breakfast 5 a.m. was boiled zucchinis and rice noodles. So I had to get out of the temple so I make sure I didn't lose weight and actually eat some real food. But it was tough. It was an experience.
Anything to get taller, get height?
Didn't work. Might work for you, but not for me.
Okay.
Hey, welcome to the shop, gentlemen.
But you're not ready to shave those dreads. I know.
Oh yeah,
You're not dedicated like that.
everybody has to shave their head.
So that's why he shaved his head.
All right, everybody.
Yes, it's like it's the first thing we did, literally.
Damn.
And it's about like Buddhism, and I'm pretty sure I'm Buddhist now. I mean, they made me say some things in Chinese. I'm not sure what it was, but it was definitely worth it.
I want to ask
You didn't sign anything, did you?
All right. I want to ask a follow-up to both Tom and LeBron. We know about your greatness. We know about championships, Super Bowls. You guys are at the top. You're on anyone's Mount Rushmore. How important, you're on their Mount Rushmore for sure. How important a role did off-season play in your careers?
Most
your
important
off-seasons.
I think the offseason builds towards those championships. It builds to the accomplishments that you want to have throughout the course of a season. I never wanted to put myself in a position where I came into a season unprepared. So I've always used the offseason to critique my game more than anybody. There's not a coach, there's not an analyst, there's not anybody in the world that can, critique my game or critique the way I want to prepare better than myself. So, the offseason is all about like retooling, being uncomfortable like Wemby was just talking about. That was the most uncomfortable state he's ever been in, and that's good. That's great for you, being.
How you know? Speak for yourself, nigga.
Comfortable being uncomfortable. So,
My bad,
the
bro.
off season when I've won the 4 championships and I've had, memorable seasons or whatever the case may be, and even when I've lost in championships, that doesn't mean that I wasn't.
You heard it. A little kid was like, he's so annoying.
The off season when I've won the 4 championships and I've had, memorable seasons or whatever the case may be, and even when I've lost in championships, that.
Yeah. Little kid called Brian annoying. Find her. Find her now.
That doesn't mean that I wasn't prepared. I was always prepared, and I think it started in the offseason.
Let me know what you think, but off-season for me is when you separate from the others,
From the
when
others.
all the work goes unnoticed.
I'm sorry.
It's your chance to do
Damn.
things the work others don't put in.
Exactly. Yeah, I think when you're during the season, obviously you're around your guys. You guys are building towards one common goal, and that's to ultimately host either Lombardi Trophy or the Larry O'Brien Trophy. That is the goal. But the off season is where you get an opportunity to actually do more, like looking at yourself in the mirror and seeing ways that you can be better. Your teammates ain't with you that much in the off season. You will get with them at some points throughout the off season, and you guys running routes and working on timing, or your guys getting in the gym and you guys are working on things. But most of the time, obviously it's spent with family, but also for yourself. Like you have to design yourself to how I am going to be great and put yourself in the most simulated moments possible. So when those moments come during the season, postseason, games that's big games, 3 and 4 nights. These guys play on a Sunday.
I turned around and like, tell the kid to shut up or leave. Bron's talking.
Have to play again on a Thursday. That type of shit. You have to be able to prepare yourself in the off season for those moments.
Tom?
Yeah, I think it's so interesting for a long time, and ended up playing 23 seasons, but when I was in college too, like I was different than LeBron. And I think LeBron in a lot of ways had a lot tougher path, for me, because there was always such high expectations for you all the time, since high school, and I always admired that he held himself to such a high standard because the standard was already so high. There was a lot of times in my career people didn't expect much from me. So I had to kind of fight a different way. And then what I realized for me was I had that off season. For me, I made it almost feel like it was, when I was at Michigan, for example, I'm in the off season, I made it feel like I was playing Ohio State. I really did. I had to train that way. And then.
All right, Tom. Man, shut up. That nigga pisses me off. He pisses me off. Cause god damn it. How? No, you can't. Whatever.
When I got to the pros, like in the off season, I would go through workouts with my receivers, and we made sure the ball didn't hit the ground. So if I was throwing passes to Randy or Julian or Wes or Gronk or whoever it was.
Nigga just want to name
If the
drop
ball
a
hit
bunch
the
of
ground,
niggas.
we had a problem. And there was almost a level of intensity because the only way to deal with the stress and
Bro, we do that. Niggas did that in high school. I said we do that like I was my bad. But niggas did that in high school, bro. The ball should never touch the ground. And if it do, it's a problem. Nigga, I lost every game my junior year. What do that fucking got to do with anything? You talking about, you acting like it's Ohio State.
moment. I can't imagine being at the free throw line, make 2 free throws to win the game or send it to overtime. But for a quarterback, it's always like that 2-minute drill. So you'd practice that 2-minute drill like it really meant something because you didn't want to wait for that big moment to deal with the emotions of the big moment. I always felt like I needed to deal with those emotions all the time. I had to make every moment a big moment. So during the season, it was super important to practice hard and practice well because I needed all those guys that I got in the huddle with.
Damn, dude, that thing got a Richard Millie on? Shit.
To deal with, man, this is big. This is, man, Cody's going to yell at me. This is going to happen. I needed them, you know, to push them. And outside, like LeBron said, being uncomfortable. I had to make people feel uncomfortable. I had to make myself feel uncomfortable. You don't want to have to wait to the fourth quarter of the Super Bowl to be uncomfortable. That's the moment you need to be comfortable. So if you could put yourself in that moment, like, kind of in a way predating that, then you gave yourself a huge advantage.
Stop
I think when I got in
talking.
those big moments, I felt comfortable because all season long, it was always about when we get there, we can't fail.
Hey, this motherfucker ready to put on the helmet again, ain't he?
Man.
Yeah. He ready. Hey,
He got me fired up.
I'm ready to go in the huddle. I'm ready to get in the huddle with Tom right now.
If
after
you
that.
come play, I'll come out of retirement.
Hey, you heard it here first.
If you and Gronk, we'd have a hard time being beat.
Yeah.
Hey, Kai, what?
Y'all niggas would get y'all legs broke day one. All of y'all. Y'all niggas is old. Like, honestly. 23-year-old nigga come running at one of y'all niggas full speed at that 4'3", 248 pounds. Pause. He's gonna fuck y'all niggas up, bro. Let's be honest. Gronkowski, that nigga was drinking beers. No.
What about preparation? You've played in a couple of celebrity basketball. What's your preparation been for your celebrity games?
Yeah.
How you get ready?
So,
Be prepared.
You know,
We gotta be Drewski. I ain't too hard.
Before the big basketball game, you know, I get in that gym with my boy Chris Brickley, you know, I put up some shots. With Chris, I make sure, you know, I get my rest, you know, because I try to make sure if I have a game the next day, my chat not gonna get no stream the day before. Chat, I'm sorry, we can't stream. I gotta lock in, I gotta stay focused. I gotta get my rest in, you know, I gotta put my shots up. And all the time, like, I done hear the comparison so much, like, Kai, you play like Braun, you play like Curry, you play like a lot of good people. And I'll be like, yo, like, I know, but it's like, before I went out in that tunnel.
What that nigga Kev Hart say? He said, Tom Milituk. He was like, Kev, who the fuck is them? He was like, exactly. They didn't play.
And I see the supporters out there. I gotta stay focused. I can't let it get to my head. You feel what I'm saying? I can't. But if my girl on that sideline, I'm dropping 40. Hey, if my girl on that sideline, I'm dropping 40. So, but that's how you gotta be. You gotta make sure you stay focused and stay locked in.
Kai, one of the things I love about you already is I know you're funny, you have fun, but you take shit serious. And when we were together, you were talking about your university, the Streamer University. So where did that feeling of responsibility and helping others, making sure you look after people, where did that come from? And what made you develop the university? And tell us about it.
Before he start, I will say, when I first thought of Kai, I'm like, funny, dope, cool kid. Streamer University shit made me realize, like, this nigga is a business model. He a mogul, bro. This nigga know how to be like, no. And of course, shit gonna happen. But on any college campus, the dean of students ain't able to control everything that's going on. There's niggas who smoking weed in their college campus right now. And it's summer vacation, nigga. Go look it. Go into the nearest college campus. Walk to the dorms. You can't, because you ain't got an ID card. And you shouldn't, because you might get arrested. But you get what I'm saying.
So I got inspired to do streaming university by watching Harry
Potter.
Potter. I was watching it,
That's
and I was like, damn, this would be
crazy.
cool to do in real life. And I looked at
Look,
it.
I only know that because I heard him say that before. I have not watched this yet. I want y'all to know that. I only heard that because I've heard him say it before.
A deeper moment and said, damn, I'm at the point where it's kind of like where the platform I stream on, it's like I'm my own platform in itself. So I can help somebody that's in the same lane as me that might be smaller and give them a chance to shine light. Because I feel like there's a lot of talented content creators. All everybody who in here that do content, y'all know how hard streaming really is. But I feel like the talent sometimes, like, if it's in front of the right people, it's gonna go crazy. And Streaming University was a time to bring big creators and small creators, put them in the same world under a college simulation, and get them to like learn different things on how to stream better or how to budget their money and do smarter things while they trying to become the best creator that they are. And what made me happy is helping them. Like, I'm at the point where I'm like, just helping somebody else out feels good. It feels great. So it's like, why not? And I just loved how that concept did work out and it did do good. So.
Hey, Kai, I don't know if you realize you actually do have something in common with LeBron. You're both sending people to the University of Akron to get an education, as you are through your LRMR Foundation.
Yeah.
And you are as well. So
It's funny that you say that because I wanted to stop by that school. I gotta go visit. I wanna go like stop by that school and they'll say what's up. So
Imagine if Kai do like Streamer University for like a week or 2 weeks, and you get like a certification afterwards as well. Especially if, imagine if he actually look how he's sitting. This nigga Kai about to create a school, create a platform where he able to. Oh shit! Hold up.
Always welcome, always welcome.
For sure.
Victor, in the NBA, have you found other players, older players, being very helpful to you as you've taken this journey of becoming an NBA player?
Yeah, more and more. You know, last time I saw Braun, I told him I had some questions for him. I have a note on my phone, you know, with questions I had to ask you guys, KD, Braun. I had the chance to talk to Jokic for like 45 minutes at All-Star, so, and I'm taking notes. Like when I'm told something, I don't forget it, and it's super precious for sure.
is Kai on that list?
Yeah.
I got to hear what Jokic advice he gave you. Because everything he said, I'm like, really? It's quite a bit different. Let me see that notebook.
Exactly. I want to see that.
I'll show you for sure.
Exactly. Tom, you still get calls from quarterbacks in the league now? You still help out?
Yeah, all the time. Coaches, owners, general managers, quarterbacks, receivers. So, yeah, I feel like I have a great relationship with everybody. And, again, it's like, how do we keep elevating sport? And you obviously feel that way about basketball, and you're trying to help streamers. And, you know, I want to continue to see football get better and better. And I think good thing about being on TV, I get to broadcast the games on Sunday, is like, I get a great voice when I don't see it being.
Y'all see how Kai is like paying attention to everything? Nigga's a sponge, bro. This nigga is a literal sponge. Because Phantom was the one who taught him about like the streaming shit. At least that's from what the lore I've heard. I could be wrong. And this nigga, man, I think he might be able to actually create a real university moving forward in the next 5-10 years, where he able to credentialize people. Is that a word? That might not be a word. Give people credentials so that they have a one-up on the streaming and on the platform. And if you don't want to do that, that makes sense. But I'm just saying, look how this nigga paying attention to everything, bro.
The right way, you know, and guys not playing the right way, and coaches not calling the right things, and it's a fun thing to be able to do, because think we all want to see everything continue to get better and deliver the product of football, the game's getting better, the better decision making, and guys playing longer, less injuries. And I just think if you can do that, it'll continue to get better and better.
I love that. Tom, any advice you could give, to a young man at the beginning of his journey, right? You having maybe the most successful career we've ever seen in football and in sports. Any advice that you'd wish someone had given you at this stage in your career?
Low-key, they sitting there holding Brian. Both these niggas done hold Brian. At this point, it's like, shit. Damn. They'd have to run them lines by me before they said them to him. Because I'd be like, nigga, what? Huh? I'm your friend.
I feel like I'm, pretty bad at
right.
advice. Because everyone's going to find their own path, and in the end, I did what I felt was right for me. But I had, again, my journey was different, and I had to take some different paths. Like how I took care of my body was a lot different than how a lot of other guys had to take care of their body. And basketball is a totally different thing than football. Like I had, Mav mentioned me being a quarterback at one point. Now I'm a lot thinner. I'm a lot thinner now because I used to take a lot of hits. So like I had to actually get thick because I had Aaron Donald chasing me, and not that I got to run away from him.
Let me ask you this then, Tom. I'm going to make an example up. Any advice for someone that maybe is contemplating retirement, that's played, let's say, I don't know, like 22 seasons in their sport, has won 4 championships?
Question, right?
Any advice for someone that may be in that space?
No, I mean, I could imagine because, look, I went through in many ways what he's gone through, and I think the challenge probably is less physical for him than it is probably mental and emotional. And he's got a lot of other things tearing at him, and there's business things, but his children, and now that Bronny's playing, and, Bryce is getting older, and he wants to be there for his family, and there's a lot of family demands. And I think the challenge about getting older as an athlete is like, for all of us, and everyone in here is working, and your work is really important, but so are other parts of your life too. And then you have to make a choice as an athlete because you don't get to determine when the games are when you're a player. You got to show up and play when they tell you to play. So you miss weddings, you miss birthdays, you miss Christmases, you miss Thanksgivings, and there gets a point where...
You know what I don't like about that? Is like, they say that, and I get it. You're playing on a national stage, and that is tough. But there's plenty of other people's dads, moms, cousins, brothers, family members who have to work Christmas, work Thanksgiving, work all of these days. And also, you don't get to show up when you want to. You show up when they tell you to. The same way. Look, I played football my whole life. So I understand the concept and the discipline that goes into being a football player. Not at that level, but at a certain level. But I also understand the concept and discipline it takes to wake up every single day. I've worked 60 hours this week alone. I gotta go to work tomorrow. Like, I don't get to decide. When I say I'm gonna stream at 9:30, and I want people to be here, and people expect me to be here, I gotta stream at 9:30. I don't just get to be like, no, I ain't doing this shit no more. You don't get to decide that, bro.
Like, okay, I just don't want to give that up anymore. To have a little bit more flexibility in your life, and I think that's what weighs on you a little bit. But there's nobody in my mind that's navigated it as good as what LeBron has.
You know what's crazy?
What he's done in basketball in this age, with all the pressure and intensity that's been on him, and Olympics, and the different teams that he's been on, and he's always done things the right way. He's always risen above all the noise and the BS and continued to deliver. So
you can see Brian feeling humble, feeling like, damn, for Tom Brady to be saying that is dope as hell. I can't even hold you up. Shout out Tom. He finally started talking.
Witnessing the greatest ever, and I hope you guys all appreciate that.
And you know what? I'ma just say it. Bro, you can't retire, gang. You can't retire. I can't imagine, from my perspective, I'm 23, bro. I've been watching.
Not
Like,
even that. Oh,
you've been there the
still
whole
young.
time, so it's like
Literally, it's crazy.
Literally weird.
23.
Literally, he's been playing basketball your whole damn life.
It'll feel weird.
Well,
like,
same for Victor as well.
He was.
Yeah, I was about to say Victor. Like, I think Victor Wembanyama is younger than Kai. Like, honestly, ain't Victor only like 20, 21? Bro. He's 21. He's younger than Kai. Jesus Christ, this nigga is.
Before I was born.
Bro.
LeBron was drafted at 12
Yes,
years old.
bro.
Twice my age.
wow.
He was born in 2004. Bron was drafted in 2003. I'm getting old!
Wow.
So, Kai, how many more years he got to play for you? Because it's up to you, really.
Like 10 more. I'll say like 10 more.
That feels fair.
Is 10 more good for you guys?
Yeah.
10 more?
I work more.
I want 10 more. There it is. It's done. On the shop, 10 more. All
Thank
right.
you, New York. Thank you, Fanatics Fest.
What are you stretch it out, Bron, for 10 more?
We're out of here, man.
We're out of here. Thank you guys
Yo,
so much.
appreciate y'all.
Appreciate you guys.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so
Hey, that was a nice one. I can't lie. Clap it up. That shit. Yeah, man. Hey, that was a good little video right there, y'all. I fuck with that one.